Hello everyone. So today we will talk more about SQL in this video. So in this video I will just record a few steps that you need to do before you start on Citrix upgrade, and if you want to use the automatic upgrade feature from Citrix, then you need to first do some tests. So I have here a small environment, 2 DDCs and 1 SQL. We will grant my a user rights, and we will give him his sysadmin rights to be able to upgrade the database automatically. You don't need, in a productive environment, maybe you don't need to give it sysadmin rights. You can also give it the DB owner rights, but on all my clients until now, I always requested sysadmin for a period of time, and they gave me that that role. So this is my SQL server. Those are the here are the databases, and here are the users that have access to the SQL instance. So I will grant a new user the access. So I'm logged in here with test user 01, and we need to grant him access in the SQL, and we just need to create a new login. Here we go to search, and we need to change the location because it's now searching only in the server itself. So we need to search in the domain. My user is 001. It found it. Okay. And server roles, we give it sysadmin. Okay. Okay, so let's just first, I forgot about it, but we will try with another user. Let's try with another user. So user 01, because I wanted to show you one check that you can do. So you can create a text document, call it test SQL, and you need, there is a Citrix article about this. Just create this type of file, and UDL as an extension. You just open it, you type here your so the provider will be SQL server, and you will type here your SQL server sql02.test.com, and you just go with test connection. And if this is successful, then for sure you will be able to do an automatic upgrade. You can also select the database and test the connection one more time. If you have any errors here, you might have a problem. So I recommend you to first test this, and if you see some issues, then please go to the SQL team and have a meeting with them to see what is the problem. Because in the Citrix article, they will always point you to this. Let me see if I can find that Citrix article. So how was it called? Citrix. Maybe I can find it like this. UDL test communication. Okay, so this is the article. The same steps that I showed you. Connections succeeded. So this is very important. if the communication fails, it means that something is not working between the DDC and the SQL server. And if you have issues, Citrix will not solve your case until you solve the communication problem. So if this is an article for them and they are saying that the test connection should work, it should really work. If it doesn't work, then even if you open a case, they will probably say that they cannot help you until you solve the communication problem. And then if the problem still persists, then they will help you. Okay, so this was the test, and I wanted to show you if you don't have the rights. So it's the same environment, it's a different DDC. Let's sign out of this one. Let me log in with a different account. Connect to server as, I believe I have another account. So we go with custom and we go with user 02, user 02, the password and connect. And I will do the same test with user 02. This user should not have, as you can see, he's not listed here under security loggings, and he should not be able to establish that connection. Test. Okay, let's see the view extensions. Let's rename this one. Oh. So EODR and the same server SQL 02.test.com, and we use the credentials cmd. So user 02 test connection. So you will get this type of error. So this error will be when you do not have an account configured on the SQL server, but it might be the case that you get other similar errors, that the communication between the servers themselves is not possible, and that needs also to be solved. You will find these events in the event viewer under security, I believe, or application. No, under security, or under the big one, under administrative events. You will have something with secure channel. Yeah, it's not visible now, but the source is secure channel, so S channel, if you have any issues with the communication. Okay, so this was just for a test. We can sign out this one, and let's go back to our main one. So one more thing that you should be aware of is that on the SQL server, the SQL team might have configured the SQL to request force encryption. So I'm talking about this one. So if they have this enabled to yes, and they don't have a certificate, or they have expired certificate bounded to the SQL instance, then you will have a lot of issues when you try to do an automatic upgrade. So it is a good thing to, when you want to do an upgrade, to also ask for those details. Do you have the force encryption enabled? Are your certificates valid? And only after that you should proceed. So in my case, I only have one SQL server, but you might have in productive environment, you might have a failover partner. And for the failover partner, this is just an additional information for you. So this is how the certificate request looks like for a single host. But if you have a failover partner, then you should add the name, the name of the FQDN of the second partner here. So if you have SQL03, then it should also contain the other node, the other SQL node, and this you can read by yourself on those in these articles. So I've opened a few articles about SQL. So I'm not an expert in SQL. I don't know how it exactly works, but the certificate part I did understand. So there are a few useful articles. So this is about 2016, but I believe it applies to any version. So this is the information that you want. If you have a failover partner, then the names of the FQDN and names of the involved SQL servers should all be contained in that certificate, and that certificate should be installed on all SQL hosts. This is another article that will describe the things that I just told you, and here are and here you can also see an example. So where is it? So as I told, subject alternative name. So this is the main. For example, this is my SQL02, and this one is SQL, for example, 03. So this is how the certificate should look like. Okay, so basically those steps you should do before you try to run an Citrix upgrade. And one more thing that you can also check. Let's sign out of, because I don't have this user in Citrix. You should also run the test site from Citrix Studio before you do any upgrades, because you will know, for example, you can have, where is it? Test site here. You can have, for example, some warnings, and it's the best practice to know about them before you do on Citrix upgrade, because after you do the upgrade and you will have this type of warnings, you will not know why they appeared, because you did not run this check before. So in my case, I know that those warnings are normal. Let's see them. I believe they are because I never backed up the SQL database, but let's see. It only has one more test to do. show report. Yeah, so it tells me that for 7 days I did not create on backup of the databases, and this is not a problem, so it's just a warning. So if I create now on backup, these warnings should go away. But nevertheless, if you have other types of warnings, you should view this report, export this report, and compare it with the results after the upgrade. And if the same errors are there, then you're good to go. But if other issues come up after the upgrade, then you need to check them out to see why they have appeared. Okay, so this was a quick video. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel.